Hello and welcome! This video will showcase Rabam Skills. I will show you a tool that you can acquire yourself that I made for Rabam Skills, and I will cover the top 10 from that tool on so many various things. So yeah, it's like a ranking list and of sorts, and I will also talk about PVE and PVP and what you should do to be on your way to being great. So without further ado, let's begin. So first things first is I need to read a caution to you, and that is Pearl Abyss will make changes to the stats for Rabam Skills as well as regular stats for all characters, meaning this information is subject to change. If you always want to have the latest information, then start with what this video has to offer and make sure that you update your personal copy when changes are made from the developer. It is a very large task to keep up with the stat changes and the game balancing, as it is considered to be never ending. And thank you, Pearl Abyss, for it being never ending and not allowing it to just be one way and that's it. So with that being said, let's move on. Here we go. What I'd also like to do is show you something, and that is if you go to Pearl Abyss's website right here and you go to Black Desert Mobile, you tap on news and then you tap on announcements, and then in the search box you put in something like partners, maybe content creators, and press enter or tap the magnifying glass to search. This is what you're looking for when this video came out. It would be this 2025 official BDM content creators partners list. I want you to be aware of my fellow content creators, men and women that work just equally as hard to bring you PVE and PVP and strategy and everything else under the sun about Black Desert Mobile. So if you find that you're not showing me how to be great at PvP, some of these people or all of them specialize in that. So this is where you can find them. You tap on the channel link and check them out. I mean, don't worry if it's not in the language you understand. You're watching their actions. What are they doing? And copying that. And if you'd like to be a partner or creator, there it is. Tap on that button and we'll see you on that list too. So please be aware of them, check them out too, and let's move on. Now that I've covered all of this information ahead of time, I am now pleased to show you the tool that I worked on for Rabam Skills. So without further ado, let's do that now. So what I did is I went into Google Sheets. Google Sheets is actually free to get, but being able to get this up and running, you and I would work together on that. So let's zoom in, and what you're looking at is all 50 characters organized by alphabet and all the stats I usually do. There's some things that I left out, but it has everything. And if you want to know who's at the top for PvE, there it is. And the stats, the percentages of damage, and who is first, second, third, and fourth. And how do you want to know who's at the top for PvP? There it is. Yep. I entered in all this information according to what the game has shown. And like I said, it is subject to change. But there's a lot of other things I have here. So now that you're introduced to the tool, and I will be showing you how you can get it at the end of the video so that it can be yours and you can update it if you like. We had fun with it. We did our top 10. This is for all those people that say, who's the top 10 of this or that, or, best in this. I also have other special things that I want to show you. So Now that you know the tool, let's get into the top 10 section. Here we go. I did this part so that it's easy to view on a cell phone as well as a computer. So, top 10 PvE classes is Huntress, Void Knight, Kunoichi, Phantasma, Lupa. You should look at Lupa because both her percentages are in the top 10. Legatus, Askia, Primrose, Wusa, and Hashashin. I know the number says 11, but if you factor Lupa twice as one character, it's 10 characters. So let's move on. And here is the top 10 PvP classes. And once again, as a reminder, it is based off of Rabam Skills. So if you take Rabam Skills as a higher damaging layer of a character, these people are at the top. It does look the same as PvE. So a person who plays Lupa would be in a really good position as a base of Rabam Skills are really strong and everything else she can do on top of that. Huntress, well, yeah, she's got a cannon right there at 1812% for penetrating wind. So your choice. I'm here to show you who's at the top. Let's have more fun with this. Here we go. And if immobilizing your opponent is what you want to focus on, as well as those other things, here are the people who are at the top. Askia and Buccaneer and Dracania, Hashashin, Lancer, Latanias, Lotus, Lupa, Sage, and look at that. Mystic is, I would say, the number one in immobilization because she has a total of 4, whereas everyone else has 3. So she has one more immobilization, and that could make the difference. So consider it, and let's move to the next one. And this one I found very interesting, which is the top 10 most hits classes. And look who it is, Mystic, with 11 hits for her Dragon Burst, 6 more hits for her Dragon Tempest. She's got 2 skills in the top 10. So if you're focusing on hitting the most, yeah, look at Mystic. And the second person would be Latanas, and a heck of a lot more for third are All That You See, and Crimson Lily would be 5 hits. Don't discount her, she's a great class, but Mystic is at the top. Let's move on. So if you come to me and say, but Magi, I want to know who's the best female. Tell me the best female. And here it is. Top 10 PvE female class. And Huntress is at the top. Then Void Knight, Kunoichi, Phantasma, and there she is again, Lupa. I know people are going, Lupa, what? I don't play her. You might want to look at her because she's got 2 skills on you, whereas everyone has 1. Askia, Primrose, Wusa, Invoker, and Megu. All the other classes are good, but if you want to know who's the top 10 for females, here it is. Let's show you who would be at the top for PvP. Here we go. And it certainly looks like it hasn't changed. Huntress is at the top, Void Knight, Kunoichi, Phantasma, look at Lupa again. Yep, that list is the same. It just carries from PvE to PvP. So let's cover the male side of the class. Here we go. And for our male classes, the top 10 is Legatus, then Hashashin, Blade Master, Destroyer. Oh, look, Wizard has 2 skills. That percentage-wise puts him in the top 10. And right below him, Titan. Titan has 2 skills as well. So you might want to look at those 2 as well as Legatus or Hashashin. Then after them is Zaid, Fletcher, Sura, and Archer. So let's see if there's any difference for the PvP side for the male class? And the answer is nope, it is the same. As of right now, Hurlibus has the right to change things up any way they see fit. But for PvP, this is the list, and you got some choices to make. Let's move on and see what else I can show you. And that would be the top 10 PVE Ranged Class. And as you can see, Huntress is at the top, then Legatus, then Wusa, Invoker, Megu, Wizard, Fletcher, Archer, Choryong, Wusa, and Archmage. Now, the colors match up, so you should pay attention to the fact that they have 2 skills in the top 10. And I also classified ranged as spell range as well as archery ranged. So if they don't have a sword in their hands, well, Archmage has a dagger, but yeah, she don't use it. So let's move on. By now, it should be no surprise that the PvE and PvP mirror each other as the same. So yes, Huntress is at the top for a ranged class. Kinda as she should, she has a bow. But now that you've seen ranged class, let's show you who is in the top 10 for melee class. Here we go. So for melee class, the top 10 is Void Knight at number 1, Kunoichi, number 2, Phantasma, oh, look at that, Lupa for number 3, well, yeah, Askia, Primrose, Hashashin, Blade Master, Destroyer, and Raven. These are your top 10 PvE classes, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be like, yeah, it's probably the same for PvP. Let's take a look. And yep, no surprise there. It is exactly the same, with Void Knight being at number 1, Kunoichi, and then Phantasma, top 3. So, what I'd like to do now is I want to show you 3 special things I noticed when compiling all this information together. This is very important, and it matters. So, with that, let me present it to you. Here we go. I found this particularly interesting, and that is grab immunity classes. You're looking at 21 classes out of 50 that have a skill, a Rabam skill, that will allow no one to grab you for a length of time, of course. And you're looking at that list. No particular order, I just went alphabetical from A to Z. See, Berserker to Zayed, but you can look at this and see if your class that you like to play has an immunity into it. And if it does, cheer for your character and know that those people who love to grab you in PvP and drag you all around the arena, well, I don't think they'll be able to do that to you anymore if you time that right. So let's show you something else. Here we go. I also found this particularly interesting because these are classes that are given an option to hold the skill button down to allow you to hit your opponent more times. That's Choryong, Grandmaster, Guardian, Mystic, Raven, Sage, and Wusa. So I factored this into the list of how many total hits that they can do. So just know that, oh, I play Choryong. Oh, got you. I'll want to hold my skill button down if I want maximum hit, or you can switch it up and hit them a little, then hit them all the hits you can. It'll throw them off, and it'll be good strategy for you. So I saved the best for last. Here we go. This might be a little hard to see on a cell phone, so I apologize. Let me read it to you. I call this special skills classes. What makes these classes different is that they have a special damage that can happen on top of their normal damage. So you remember when I told you that Crimson Lily is a great class, and she really is. she has a special damage on top of her Rabam skills, what she does, and everything else that she normally does. It is worked into, it's called Crimson Visage. So what I did is I listed that it hits for 5 times, it does a percentage for PvE damage and PvP damage. So if you're baking a cake, you got her normal skills, her Rabam skills, and these are special skills on top of that that does more damage. This could really make you think, you just showed me the top 10 and who's the best, but now you're showing me these people might be actually the real top 10 list because they have their regular skills, their Rabam skills, and these special skills on top. And when I'm in a PvP fight, that could make the difference, is this extra damage that these classes are being given. So once again, those are Crimson Lily, Destroyer, Eclipse, Igneous, Kurenai, Mystic, Spirit Walker, and Void Knight. And look at Void Knight. He's got both his Rabam skills do extra damage. Yes, Crimson Lily is awesome, but Void Knight might actually be number 1 because both his skills does extra damage. So let's move on. Here we go. So if you're interested in getting this tool that I have created, this is what you do. You come to my YouTube channel, you tap on this section where it says 2 more links, you scroll down, you see where it says Discord server, tap on the link there and you'll get the invite into my Discord for Archmage Magician. And it'll look just like this. Do you want to accept the invite? Yes, you do. And once you get in, let's show you what you need to do. So once you're in, all you have to do is go to the right hand side, find my name, which is Archmage Magician, tap or right click if you're on a computer, you want to add friend. I will approve it and then we can talk privately and I'll get you this tool. So let's show you some bonus content. Here we go. So what I like to show you is, in my opinion, what I think it takes to evaluate a character completely. And that is, you need to have all your skills maxed out. So all of these skills would be level 10. And of course the passive would be level 1. It stays at level 1. So you have that. And then right below that is your Rabam skills. And then these 3 go up to level 30. And these last 3 go to level 10. Those are the remainder list of your passive stuff. So you need to level all that up to truly see the full potential of your character. And I'm not done yet. There's more you need to do. And that is also, let's just scroll up here. When you tap on a skill, you see all this. These are your enhancements. See, enhancement info. These 2, you don't level up, you just choose what style you want, but these 3, you do level up. And each one has its own max level. Requires silver and skill books to level up. Actually, it'll have a red number on what the skill needs to be up to level it up. So you're going to ask me, well, where do I get these skill books? You come here to 2 places. In Ruins, you see this gold thing right here? Tap on it. Awakening Ascension Skillbook chest. You want to do this. You want to do difficulty level 1 and 2. It looks like it's not there for 3. It could be, and it's just not shown. But difficulty level 1 and 2 should be your focus so you can level up your skills. If you want the alternative, well, what else can I do to get these skill books? Going back, you come over here to Expedition, it would be Valor. So you come in here to Valor and you see, that right there, Awakening Ascension Skillbook chest. I'm at desert level 6 or number 6. Let's go to 1 where the CPU requirement's 10k and it's still there. So these are the 2 places you can go to get skill books to help you out. There's other places, but these two I wanted to call out. So you want to level up your enhancements completely. And when you do, for all your skills, you need all your skills enhancements to be at their maximum potential. I get people who say, oh, this character is not good. Well, they haven't fully unlocked that character to give it a good evaluation. The next part is memory imprint. So you go to the Black Spirit memory imprint and you want a set. One for PvE, one for PvP, and one for whatever boss fights. You could have one for that too. They come in different grades, from purple to yellow to orange to red to pink. Now you're gonna say, well, where can I get those? You would find them. We need to actually get out of our camp because it's just not gonna allow me to show you. Okay, so in the top left corner of your map, you see that globe? Tap on it and you're on the world map. So when you go through the main storyline, progress from Balanos to Serendia to Calpheon, then over here to North Media, South Media, or Medea, and you get to West and North Valencia. I thought this is where it began, but I was wrong. I'm checking. I'm like, you tap on monster, you tap on a section that you're gonna farm, and hey Magi, I don't see any of these memory imprints you're talking about. I'm looking, but I don't see it. That's because it doesn't start at that location yet. So it's not West Valencia. Let's check North Valencia. Nope. I don't see it as well. You're looking at the loot list. So it's got to be over here at East Valencia. This is where it begins. So in the storyline, when you get to this location, we'll just pick on these people right here. Not there. That's a safe zone. Okay. And you see it? Red memory imprint. You need to take it to Laffy in any town to get it. Oh geez, I'm at a loss for words. To unlock it so it can tell you what its specialty is. So from, could have said that better, but anyway, East Valencia, then you'll go to South Valencia and you'll notice that it's there. They have red memory imprints, purple memory imprints, and you just get them, I want to say appraised, but I don't think it's appraised. Just, it unlocks what the properties of it are. So after you're in Valencia, you come over here to Camasilvia, and that's when it just keeps rolling. You'll get these more you farm, and there it is, pink helm memory imprint. So this is what you want to focus on, is getting through the story, getting to that point, and start collecting these so you can start building your set. It did take a while for me to get all pink, so it will take you a while to get all pink. There's nowhere you can just simply buy it. So next part is, what else can I do to fully unlock this character? And the answer is, you have done what you needed to do, so now you need to learn. And that is in your skills, tap on skill combos, and you need to memorize this. This is what Perlibus recommends. How do I read this? Is it something I could tap on or interact with? No, it's just a static image. What it's saying is, let's give you the example at the very top. If you tap to use Blizzard, then they're saying, then you should combo that into Meteor Shower. That's the next skill you should tap on, Meteor Shower. For Tornado, you have two options. You can do Tornado Meteor and then Meteor Shower, or Tornado and Frost Pillars. And look at this, Ignite. You tap on the skill Ignite, you have 4 options as a combo: Meteor Shower, Fireball, Arcane Burst, and Fireball Explosion. So that is another thing you need to do, is memorize. Once you do that, now you're ready. Now you come and you meet the big boys and girls, the people that have put in the time and will crush you. You need to learn what your skills are, get that muscle memory, go into every single one of these arenas and get to know them well. You will meet the same people a lot. You will be getting to know people and friends. You'll be teaming up. You'll get to know how your character plays and the combos that are most effective. This is where you'll be playing a lot, is Arena. You can enjoy the rest of the game, but if you're serious about PvP, that's where I expect you will be. And there are other tools in the game to help you out. Not only do you want to upgrade all your gear, but if you look to the left side of the screen in your inventory, you'll see CP breakdown and progress graph. This is new, or recently new, but it shows how you're doing CP progress wise, meaning the strength of your character. How's it doing over time? Are you actually making gains, or are you kind of stalling out for ideas and what can I do? This is your personal CP for your main character and family. So let's show you the other thing, CP breakdown. This is also areas that you should focus on, but it looks intimidating. There's a lot to read here, so tap on CP analysis and it really breaks it down well. Your current CP is this. There's an adventurer's guide. You are higher than others in these things. And at the bottom is your CP from the following is 2066 lower than others of similar CP. So I need to improve on these sections of the game and my character to raise my strength to be a lot stronger. So use this tool to help you out. And the last few things I wanted to show you are, let's just move in and get to it. Here it is. It is just looking. Yep, it would be the story in the main quests. So when you're done with your progression character, you're not done. There's still main quest line that you can do. I highly encourage you to keep going as far as you possibly can until the creatures just get too tough. Then switch over here and do all the story. The essential, the normal, heck, do the outfits. You'll get some good outfits out of it. Do the desert, Everfrost, do them all, because all your progress does contribute to CP. And even the allies, if you want more family CP, they'll come out at 60, level 60 for you. And there is one last piece of advice that I do have for you, and that is your fairy. Go through the main storyline, unlock your fairy, and work with her. She's got a lot of great skills. She can do so many things for you and strengthen your character and your family. When you come here to Brooch, you'll be working on the Solar Brooch and the Lunar Brooch, and you'll see the CP gains that come from that, as well as health. See the health? But Lunar Brooch is, wow, look at that. It's almost more than 500 CP just for the Lunar Brooch, and we're not done. You're going to be working on the Lunar Brooch long after she is a regal status fairy. So with that, let's go to the outro of our video. Here we go. So for this outro, I'm going to skip the usual customary outro that I normally say and say this. You're watching this video for PvE and PvP tips, advice, and this tool. Reach out to me if you want that tool, and take what I say to heart for PvP and growth, CP growth. You can do it. It will take time, but when you get there, you'll be thankful of the journey. So once again, thank you very much, and you have a great day. Take care. Bye now.